Hi, how are you doing?
I have been doing great. What about you?
Yeah, I have been doing great either. Thank you so much for asking. So tell me how is your day treating you?
My day was treating good, and I took one session before you, so that was fantastic. And I was not in the mood to take session that moment because I was procrastinating. But I needed one session, so I thought let's take a session. Otherwise, I will be regretting in the evening time. So it's very very good for me to take one and two session. So I'm trying to maintain my day. Otherwise, it won't be good for me. So yeah.
Yes, nice. Well, my day has been also treating me very well. I also wanted to have some conversation, so I did it in the morning, and right now I thought to have one more conversation with somebody. So I got a reply from your side, so I thought to have a conversation. By the way, today I have some question for you. I wanted last time we had a conversation, and that was incredible. So today I also want to make this session very memorable and incredible. Therefore, I have come along with some questions.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very thrilled to have a conversation with you, and it would be best, I can say.
Yeah, I guess so. So,
Hmm.
well, tell me, how do you find this language? Is it
Hmm.
so funny and it is so interesting than Hindi? Do you love speaking or do you speak because you are supposed to speak as you have started your YouTube journey?
Okay, so talking about my YouTube journey, so it's been 7, 8 months when I started my YouTube journey. That moment, I was not good at video conversation because I was very naive in that language, and I thought to take a session from Clippingo. I took 12 session, and then I decided to switch into another trainer. I think Gayatri Sharma, she's also YouTuber. So I had a fear. I had a cold feet, and I was not able to convey my thought, but I was good at speaking, talking about in audio. But day by day it has gotten over my fear everything, and day by day I stepped in this language, and I felt very good whenever I took this session, whenever I take such session. Even in a day I try to take one and two session. Earlier when I started doing it, I was trying to immerse myself into this language because I wanted to get over, because I was feeling nervous. So I decided if I take a four session in a day, so my fear would be faded away in just a 2 weeks. And it happened the way I was observing and thinking it will happen or not. But I was just trying to taking challenge. In just a 1 month I completed, I had already gotten over on my fear and I overcome. And today I'm able to express my thoughts, I'm able to use my hand gesture, body gesture. There's no any nervousness. I do not have any timid soul. I'm not a timid soul here. Yeah, that's a great journey.
Yeah, even I appreciated that you are able to speak in front of everybody. You have started taking sessions, and through your YouTube channel, many people have started talking, and many people are just inspiring themselves, learning English. Okay, so another question that is, how do you learn English? What all do you do to grab this language?
Okay. Yeah. So earlier I was, practicing when I started talking with the on audio call. So one thing I was doing it, I was just trying to connect with the people because I had no that much idea. How can I start? So I started speaking, and I was already doing it, reading and writing already before speaking. Reading and writing, and started watching podcast. But talking about podcast, so I was already working on it, but I was not consistent. So I started from podcast and reading, writing, and then I started using deliberately my vocabulary expression. I was getting stuck while speaking whenever I used to speak about a regular conversation kind of daily routine, morning, evening, and afternoon. That was very, very struggling point for me. But I tried to maintain, I tried to, dig deeper. I tried to go profoundly in this scenario, like daily use sentences that's really, really intriguing and important for everyone. So I started, and then I felt like, okay, I'm perfect of daily routine. So I started initiated some different way, like I involved myself tongue twister and talking with the chat gpt, and I started recording my own video. I tried to record my own video for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Earlier I started, I think I have been doing it for 8 months. So it was very very working, and now I'm able to speak here. And due to recording, it's very, very helping. If you try to observe your surrounding and trying to capture some moment in your camera and just talk in your camera, look at yourself, how you're performing. So I start doing in that way, and today I can speak 24 hours. I can speak 8 hour, 7 hour, 1 hour. I record my video daily for myself, practice 1 hour, and that was affecting journey, and I can see conspicuous result. Hmm.
Yeah, obviously, I can see that you are speaking frequently without stopping, and even you are not making mistakes. So, obviously, it all happened because of your hard work and practice.
Hmm.
Okay, so what about grammar? How did you learn the grammar?
Earlier, like before speaking, in after doing my schooling, I was already working on grammar because I was not good at tenses. So what happens, one day I realized I need to learn grammar. When someone used to ask me some question and they were shooting question to me, I was getting fear, and I was frightened myself. So I decided, okay, let's work on grammar, sentences and tenses. So I was working 2 3 months. I did work on the grammar. Then I decided to go for vocabulary, expression, everything I was doing. And I was perfect, like talking about my word power was very, very strong when I took a institute, offline institute. Uh, so that time I was working. So I had already done with all adjective adverb, but sometime I feel that it's been a while. It's been a many years ago. So I need to work on my punctuation, like pronunciation. So everything I had already done, and right now I'm just trying to speak perfectly. And while practicing, I try to go with the chat GPT and it's giving lots of hint. So it happened due to grammar as well. If I don't have a knowledge about tenses, how can I make sentences? So yeah, I had that.
That's very nice. Okay, so apart from this, what do you think? What helps you a lot, talking to the people or listening
So
or speaking?
speaking, it's really helping you. If you don't open your mouth, so how could you expect from you that you can speak one day? And two things, it's really, really helping me. Like speaking and recording your own video. Try to describe your surrounding and just to work on any object. Try to put any object on your hand and start speaking about. And go to ChatGPT. These three things are really, really important. And try to speak a lot. If you want to get result in just 4 and 5 months, so you have to speak a lot. Because in my back days, I had a friend, three friend. I used to speak, 3 hour. You know 3 hour, and
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
it was four
obviously.
hour and that activity worked me a lot, affected me a
Worked a
lot to
lot. Yeah.
speak. Hmm.
Okay. So what about your environment? Is there anybody in your surrounding who speaks English with you?
No, no. So they were very difficult for me. So I decided to create my own environment through my CV application. I downloaded and then I started working on my CV, and then I started watching some lots of podcasts in a day. I tried to watch it again and again. So that was I was getting some idea, I was getting some takeaway from that podcast, some sentences, advanced sentences. So I tried to use in my conversation. I was trying to deliberately putting those vocabulary, those sentences to make it fluent and sound natural. Hmm. Yeah, that was the thing.
That's very nice. Okay, so what about the vocabularies? So how are you able to use all these vocabularies? Because many people say that we remember, we mug up the vocabularies, but when it comes to use while having conversation with the people, so we are not able to do it. So how you are able to do it? How you are able to use your vocabs while having conversation?
Yeah, that's perfect question. Talking about my vocabulary, so the same thing I used to do, like I was just jotting down and noting down in my notebook. But I was thinking when I'm going to use it will work or not when I start speaking. So, like I feel that I use all my vocabulary which I used to note down in my diary because I was trying to, deliberately using them in my conversation. In the beginning day you have to implement those vocabulary which you were learning. And if you feel that you are procrastinating, you are not in the mood, So you can't expect from yourself that I can use advanced vocabulary one day. First, you have to put effort. You have to put some vocabulary deliberately, whether you are in the mood or not. But you have to do that. And the second thing, you can do one thing that whatever you are watching, try to watch 4 times, 3 times, 4 times. When you watch it again and again, your vocabulary expression it will come out of your mouth naturally and automatically
Naturally,
over
I
time. It's
see, I
all
see.
about practice, and it depends on your practice kind of what kind of situation, what kind of topic you are discussing. When you start discussing about particular topic, so your vocabulary it will come and you will get stuck while speaking. So when you get stuck, so try to go with the chat gpt on the spot, try to find some vocabulary on the spot and then try to use at the same time. You can see the result and you will never get forget.
There is a lot of the results. Yeah, obviously, whenever we are learning some new vocab, so we should try to use it deliberately. So then only we will be able to keep it in our mind. That's very nice. Okay, talking about further things, as we know, learning English sometimes feels so hard. Many people think that we cannot do it. So, how do you think that we can do it? What kind of methods should we apply to learn English being at home without taking admissions in any coaching? So do you feel that in order to learn English, we need to take admission in the coachings?
Like, if you're a beginner, you do not have any idea. So I can't consider offline institute. If you have a kind of, if you are in the city area, you know that some institute they are guiding you for spoken classes, so you can take because you do not have knowledge and you are not guided by people. If you are aware how to speak English, or how can I make myself better in this language, so you are already matured, so you do not need to take admission in an institute. You can do by yourself. You can just watch English video and try to speak. Try to do shadowing and try to talk with the chat GPT like AI chat GPT. And if you feel that okay, you have to work 1 month. First, try to introduce yourself. Try to go with the topic and try to dig in yourself into daily routine. If you feel that you are perfect, you can speak. So just go with a real partner. Like my CV application, you can have a conversation on audio call, like peer up my CV. And then if you feel okay, it's not enough for me because at some point you realize talking with the same topic daily, like how are you? Because you are meeting with the people every day, you are calling them every day, and you are getting the same person, and you have to speak the same question. So you will get bored, right?
Yeah, obviously, if you want to learn further things, so you need to find new people to have a conversation instead of
Yeah.
having a conversation with the same people.
So that's why, like, at some point, you feel you need to interact with the face to face, you know,
Yeah,
in a
I
video
guess.
conversation, and then you can ask your own question. You can go with your question, and talking about video conversation, it's very, very helping for everything. You're not getting better at speaking. You are also getting better at your expressions, your hand gesture,
Appreciate.
the way you are expressing your things. It will be better over time. You will be confident. You will be
Yeah,
confident in one day.
I see.
Hmm.
Means, in order to speak English, we need confidence. Do you agree?
Yeah, right.
All
We
right.
need confidence if you want to be a perfect speaker. So it happens in the beginning day, like I can't say that everyone is perfect here. If you want to start, so you have to take a step. Whether you are feeling
Oh,
shy and I think trembling, but you have to do
and
that.
what about speaking on random topic? Whenever you have a conversation with the random people, so what usually do you do? What usually do you ask them in order to tell people, in order to only know that how to improve our communication skills? Do you ask the same question and do you have something else to talk to them?
Okay, so like if you're meeting with a beginner, they're absolute beginner, so you can't go with a specific topic, particular topic. So deliberately, you should have to go with the beginning, like a beginner question, like what's your aim and how did you learn your language and why are you why are you wanting to learn this language? And you can ask related to their related to their own question, kind of whatever they are dreaming to becoming something, so you can ask related to them, like okay, why do you want to become this, Why do you want to become doctor, engineer? What's your aim and what kind of effort you're putting daily, every day? So you can observe them. After observing, you can make your own question and you can ask, and it would be perfect for them, and they are not going to get agitated and nervousness, and that would be awesome, I can say.
Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, so in order to learn this language, how many hours do we study? And what should we study?
Like, come again.
In order to learn this language, how many hours do we should we
Okay.
study?
Like, talking about myself, so in talking about, if I count, so it's a countless. So in the morning I start 8:30 a.m., sometime 9 a.m., and I complete my study till then 2 p.m. And after 2 p.m. I have a session, two session and one session. It depends on the people, how if they are going to come, so I can take session. But talking about people, how many hours they need, how much time they need to study, so it depends on them. You know, if they are talking with the people 1 and 2 hours, so it's enough for beginning day. You can
Yeah, I
have
see.
your own like activity. You can read books. You can write story, whatever you have, and you can go with the vocabulary. You can watch some English podcast. So it takes time. You can't complete in just 1 and 2 hour. It might be taking your 4 hour, like reading story, tongue twister, and practicing to yourself, recording your own video. It takes time. So in my case, it takes a lot of time. I think 5 6 hour. So I start my study sometime 8:30 a.m. So I complete 2:30 p.m. because I put
Okay.
lots of activity, tongue twister, and reading story, and go with my friend and talking with them and taking session, and like recording my own video and talking with the chat GPT for my self practice, and uploading my video and creating the shorts video. So it takes a lot of time. And in the evening, the same activity I do, like talking with my friend. I have three friend, so I often talk to them in the evening 2 hour, I think 1 hour, and two friend, because I try to talk on audio call, conference, because I can't handle 2 hour like continuously. So even I have
Do
a
you
one of
talk?
my friend at night
Do you
also.
talk to the?
Yeah, I talk to them daily. It's because they all are from my beginning days, so we all have been together for 1 year. It's been 1 year, so I can't avoid to my friends.
Yeah, it means your friends are also they are also into English, and you guys
Yeah,
speak
like
with each
I got to them from CV application. I made them from CV, and yeah, due to
other.
them, I'm here today. They all are my
Yeah,
inspiration, so I can't turn my blind eye on them. It's very, very
yeah,
important. They are really paramount for me. Hmm. So
that's
it takes
very
time.
nice.
It
I
depends
literally
on your
like
activity, how much activity you are putting in your day, how many activity you have to. If you are completely obsessed with the learning, so it takes your whole day. Even talking about, to be honest, so it takes my whole day. So recently I started
obviously.
thinking to sleep and take a siesta in the afternoon. It's very important.
I do. Yes, it's very important, obviously. And
Hmm.
sometimes what happens, we just keep on making plans that okay, I have done this one, now I will have to do this one. In this way, our work never get enough. We never get rid of our work. We just keep on learning, keep on finding the new ideas. Whenever we go through the social media, so every people have their own opinion of learning English. They share their own experience. So sometimes we
Yes.
people start just implementing those methods and those ideas in our day to day life. Therefore, we add every single day some new things. If I talk about earlier, I was not doing shadowing practice, but ever since I watched some of the videos on the Instagram, I thought to do it. And I have been doing it. So every single day we need to figure out what's new I can add in my day to day life to improve my communication skills.
Yes.
Only constant improvement should not be done. Yeah, some people when the sooner they start speaking English, they think that this much fluency is okay. Now I do not need to talk to anybody. And
They
after
try
some
to
years,
rest
they
on their
just blink.
laurels, so it's not enough for them, right? Hmm.
Yes, of course, that's very nice. Okay, so apart from this, what do you do? to learn this language apart from learning, listening, speaking? Is anything special which you would like to share?
Yeah, like recording my own video. This is my special technique, you know. Uh, I try to, if I don't have topics, so I try to I try to go profoundly, deliberately myself to observe my surrounding. I can, okay, first what I do in the evening or the same thing I do in the morning time, I try to hold my tripod or my phone, I turn on my camera and I start recording and start talking about something like where people are heading out and what they are doing it, what kind of activity is going on in my surrounding, what children are doing it. So I try to speak in my own way, and if I feel that okay it's not enough, I want to speak in an advanced way, so I prefer to go with the chat gpt. I speak my own speech, I just give my own speech to chat gpt and it's giving me correct version and advanced version. So I try to speak it again and again. If I feel that okay I'm satisfied, so I try to stop. The same thing I do in the next day, I try to repeat the same scenario
Okay.
again and again. In that way we can learn. If you are not trying to repeat, so you
Yeah.
are not going to get, you will forget definitely.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's very nice. I literally liked your all those methods, all those ideas which you have been trying to improve your communication skills. I hope if anybody wants to improve their communication skills, if they use all these methods, so it's gonna help them. What all they need, that is consistency.
Definitely it will
That's the
work for them, definitely I can see. Okay, so do we have another question?
no, no. I think this is enough
Yeah,
for today. If we keep on asking question, keep on replying, so it will take 2 hours. It will be
it will be lengthy our
uncountable.
video. Okay. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I think we need to go.
All
And thank you so much for joining
right.
me. And I really wanted to, maintain my
Yeah,
day.
I really
It was
wanted.
very productive. And thank you so much for connecting with me. I'm so, so happy to meet you. And
You
thank you
too.
so much again.
You,
Hmm.
you too. Have a good day. Thank you so much, you too. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye. Take care. Bye.